Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Citizen Sleeper. Deal with the killer. I'm like, oh, that's right. I thought we did that in the last episode. Yeah, welcome back. We're doing pretty good in this playthrough so far. I'm not sure if this game can put you in a position, I guess, if you like run out of condition, you can lose. But I feel like it does set you up. It's difficult for a little bit. It definitely puts you in some difficult situations. But I feel like we're thriving, we're hydrated, we're in our lane, or space lane, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Oh, for a second there, I thought these were like little chairs on the outside of the space station. Anyways, yes, last time, as always, a lot happens in these episodes. Our friend Lem has managed to make it onto the side reel. I think that's what we're calling it. Yeah, is able to work on it, so we both have a chance at getting out. We took out, or we tried to take out the killer, but the Navigator, who is our vending machine friend, ended up getting kind of stuck on a loop. So we're trying to rescue him through getting these data nodes. We met the Hardin lady, Sabine, in person, and she tried to give us a different, like an alternate reality of what's going on with the gang there. And yeah, we met a cat. One thing I did look up, so I've been trying not to, but I did look up one thing. And apparently feeding the cat doesn't do anything. I am sorry for all of my cat stands out there. I'm also a cat stan, but doesn't look like there's high value to it after the first one, so we may still do it just because, you know, you gotta feed the cat, but I wonder if there's like a feed the cat, don't feed the cat playthrough you can go through. Anyways, let's get going. Where to even start on this? We did want to cross the Founder's Gap. We're doing pretty good on money to do that. The real question is, there's a lot of stuff over there we got to do. And we have stabilizers, so we are good on that. I want to get a little bit more cryo before we do that, so maybe we'll wait one more cycle and do it next time. We also started this kind of like crazy distillery thing with the bar owner here. Not quite sure what that pays us out, if I'm being honest with you. So this we have not done literally at all. I just don't have I don't know. That seems like the escape route. I want to figure out what's going on here. This is just ways to make money. This is our old home. Is there anything even here anymore? No, just our old home. I don't know. I like our new home better. It's actually overlooking the city, not just an empty container. Nothing going on here. Do we buy some scrap? Scrap seems to have been super useful. Probably should buy some scrap. We definitely want some data nodes. This is going to happen soon. We don't need to go here. Timbor Tea House. What's our thing? What's our deal right now with Fang? I forget. He wanted us to do some crazy shenanigans, right? Enter the Greenway. Find Ashton. Oh yeah, and Keto wants us to do this. Pretty much everything's deeper. I'm feeling like we can get overwhelmed, man. We just opened up this tower here. I feel like when we open up this backside, we're gonna have a million other things to figure out. All right, let's see. Hack Hardin's agents. Ah, okay. So it looks like we could just have a lot of hacking going on. A lot of hacking to be done. We need to make a little bit of money. Can't remember. Was there anything else up here? I think it's just hacking. Yeah, hacking. That's where we put Neovend. Branch. And then there's this hub. Weightless Wanderer. And this is just kind of more of an exploration thing. I I really like the exploration ones. They always seem to lead us somewhere interesting. All right. What do we want to do for money? I feel like the best thing for money... 16 cryo. Was it working the bar? Rabia's office. She gives us scrap components, which can be pretty good. We do need a little bit. We don't need terrible amount of energy right now. We can still do this for the Yadigan data if we want to. Migi Express can sometimes be pretty good because when we do this, we get food and energy. That's only 13 cryo, though. The Tea House, I think, is actually the best one, right? Yeah, we can play. We can do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That'll give us a lot of money. That's the main goal there. And let's take a look at our hacking. Hardin H. Oh, you know what? I should have... Oh, God, dude. That was a mistake. Did not think it was going to be a 5 to hack there. That's I goofed. I'm sorry, all big goofing. It's alright. I'm sure we'll get another one. I wonder what the meta is for hacking stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Getting more dice. Like, do you... I wonder at which point is it beneficial to get stabilizer? You know, because it is expensive, but I'm not sure. Wow, it's 5s and 6s and 5, 6s. I don't see any data nodes. Let me see something. I think actually, now I say that, I think they were back up at the top of the spire, possibly. Usually 2s are good for hacking. I feel like there's a lot of 2s normally. Yeah, there we go. A 6. Holy crap. And if okay, so 6s and 5s. All right, so we kind of have to flip our thinking around here. Pretty much just need 6s and 5s right now for all of our hacking needs. Lem's cleaned up. We got his story kind of finished up. Let's see. I guess maybe that... I mean, we could explore some stuff. It would be good with 2s to do something safe. Or something that just loses us energy. We could just play up some money. Not in a great position now I say all this stuff. We're just gonna is this? Yeah, this is risky. Let's do one here, I guess. I think we just lose energy. Worst case scenario. Alright. Yeah, we got a random scrap item. That's pretty useful. Fitting the coil to the still proves tricky, but you managed to figure out a process. You just hope the finished thing works, okay? So that's interesting. So I guess we'll start down there. Let's do the, we'll do the Yadigan stuff. It's also kind of risky, not great. Collect tithes and patrol the ward. We don't want to lose condition. Energy's fine. Yeah, we ended up getting 1 energy, 1... Okay, that's pretty good. That's about as good as we can ask for. Alright, and sorry we're not feeding the cat today. Gonna end the cycle, and I think we're gonna jump across the bridge here to the Founder's Gap to the Greenway. Alright, 6, so we can use one of those. That's pretty good. And we can use the 3 too because of our perk. I'm thinking maybe we do the 2 here. Is there another one that gives us condition? That gives us, I guess, Yadigan and the energy is our best bet for getting. We'll leave that for last. All right, let's do our hacking for our friend, because he feels like he's in the dire need right now. I don't really care about Fang. Fang, I don't like that he's using us. I just feel like he's never going to remove this thing. I think he could have done it by now if he wanted to. Alright. This is likely going to end up weird because we're at... I feel like we're going to definitely get into some sort of shenanigans here. Or we could do a 3. Let's do the 3. Transfer intercept. Interesting. It might give us some cryo. That's cool. Alright, one encrypted key and a scary sound. A glint, like a light traveling across the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. This is the cloud here. Then the blade follows, a long head with two dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. Alright, the blinded eraser protocol. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that you will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. Ouch. Okay, well, we're going to lose condition. It nicks you, grazes you. You are desperate to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Yeah, so lost a little bit of condition there. Could have been worse. Alright. So now we go here and drop this in. And one more branch access. And I think I may have goofed again, to be honest. Yeah, I did. I'm a doofus. I should have put the 3 here and the 5 there. I'm sorry. Why doesn't my brain work? I don't know. Got this, like, malfunctioning brain. Any other you guys out there have a malfunctioning brain? It's a brain that don't do what you want it to do. Alright, at least it's on the Hardin agent. Bypass and extract. I don't know why we're helping this guy out. It feels like we're just being strung along, but what are you going to do? Alright, and some agent ports. Slotting the Ripper Worm means a whole load of data on Hardin's activities for Fang. Eat your heart out. One less Ripper Worm, port close. Haven Age agent slotted. Alright. Got one more on that side, one more on the other side. Now, we can make a little bit... Let's do this. Let's cross the gap and see if there's anything of interest over there for us. Oh, it's only 100 cryo. Why did I think it was 150? Oh, because she gave us a discount. So it was, okay, a little bit worth it. A little bit worth doing the Ankita part. A heavily tattooed spacer takes your chits and tells you to prepare. She'll be waiting at the edge for your arrival. Let's see, said heavily tattooed spacer. Take the ferry across the Founder's Gap to the Greenway. Interesting. This reminds me of like the Gundam colonies. I mean, this entire thing reminds me of the Gundam colonies, but like with all the plant life and stuff in there. Overgrown biosphere. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. Why do I feel like we just... Oh, okay. This is Esh. Stubborn X XPDR. Stubborn X XPR spacer. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Sorry. She adjusts a strap on her shoulder, holding up a hand in recognition before setting off down the corridor. Peak. Also an XPR spacer. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. I was gonna say, not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peak. Esh stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chomps at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peak raises their eyebrows at you. Esh, please. Do you want everyone on the station to hate us? So she's stubborn, the other one's cautious. Esh hardens. They don't want to hate, or they want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Esh sighs. Not saying they're a part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction, but I am saying we need to get these supplies to Briar before someone starts asking questions. Feels like any of these is going to get us involved with them. All three of these questions seem kind of strange for somebody who just bumped into us aggressively. Said the Briar. That's our ship, Peak explains. Peak, Ash rolls her eyes. What are you doing? Peak ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Haven Age have cordoned off from entering the station. Ash interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the Eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ash. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ash interrupting. But Ash turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies. And after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peak finishes. I'll say that's terrible. Ash looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. Ash gathers herself and the supplies. Ash, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway, in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. We squeeze your hand. Ash turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Ash shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner, Ash already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla. Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. That is an extremely true, oh my gosh, this is huge. Dude, oh my gosh. Holy cow, this is a scary amount of more things to interact with. Wow, and you can't even like go back. You have to like go here to transfer back. That's crazy. Well now, what have we gotten ourselves into? Alright, this is the Greenway. We've got map the pathways. Rather than simply thrash through the undergrowth, you might sketch a map of this overgrown jungle to try to better navigate its hazards. We have unlock the Greenway. The simplest way to explore the Greenway is simply to pick a path and set off into its twisting chambers and passages. This carries obvious risks. Alright, so one is a 2+, the other's a 3+. One's more difficult than the other. We lose energy if we mess up this one, and we lose condition if we mess up the other. So maybe we'll do that with our 2. Let's check out the Haifa commune. Interesting. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home. These are both safe, and they just make us part of the member. The grow beds are at the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You are invited to assist in maintaining them. Alright, so this is like to become like friends with a new group. There's like a commune here. Wild margins. Oh, jeez, dude. Rather than hiking around the wilderness, you can make use of your skills. Tap into the cloud and find... Okay, this is for Ankita to look for her friend. To find Ashton, or we can look for tracks. You lose a lot of energy if you screw up search for signals. Seems like the obvious way to track someone with this overgrown tangle. But in this overgrown tangle, the simple task becomes suddenly difficult. Okay. Interesting. The wastes. Out here at the edge of the habitable parts of the Eye, everything is scrap. The trick is finding components that are still usable and staying safe. Okay, that's a way to get free scrap components if you have like a 5 or a 6. That's pretty sick. Then way the heck out here. Here's their ship, Climbing Briar. Oh. Interesting. Supplying grills. Ash asks you to bring supplies, and the fragrant eye-grown grill caps seem like the perfect thing to impress her. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. Completing the supply Griol's action will begin the episode, but be aware that this is intended for late gameplay. Okay, so this is... So we'll leave that one alone for now. That's interesting that we hit that. And it's pretty cool that they've actually updated this. I'm very confused for what stage of the game we're in, but we're gonna keep going. So the wastes... It seems like we can leave the back end of this alone. This is looking for Ashton. This is to join a new community. This is to explore the Greenway more. Gosh, we have a lot of missions. I feel like we're going to need a scroll drive soon. What do we want to do? We don't want to spread ourselves too thin. I do that in my life way too much. Having a million small hobbies, I feel like it is better to focus on a couple of these things at a time. So, what do we want to do? We also need to bring Emphas Grill caps. We have no... I'm guessing something over there. Flotilla aid, that's a long-term one. Find Ashton, we can't do that. Enter the Greenway seems like it's a 2-for-1, so that might be good to do. I think one of them. So let's see. If we do... Help Lem work. Oh. I didn't realize I clicked on complete. Okay. If we toggle tracking, does it show which one of these things we got to do? I'm thinking, yeah, we either do the... You can take 2 more food damage. I'm thinking we either work the bar just to keep on that track, or let's see if any of these... Actually, maybe we do this? What's the point of entering the Greenway? Just to do it. This just gives us... We got scrap last time we did the other one. I don't know. Let's do the bar. We'll do the Greenway stuff in a bit. Let's finish up the stuff on the other side. For now, it's so interesting too. Every time I play this, it immediately makes me want to play finish Hard Space Shipbreaker. But it's kind of like a space chores game, you know? I need like a good podcast to listen to while I'm playing that type of stuff. I don't think there's anything in particular over here that we can do that's... Now that we have that area out west. What are we, on the Founder's Gap, we have the wastes we can go search through. It seems pretty good. I really don't know what the value of building this is either. This also seems kind of pointless, I'll be honest with you. It's also twice as many actions as the... Maybe we split up our time. All right. Let us rest. Maybe we should be doing this, because if we succeed here, we at least get some stuff. Too many things to do. This game gives me agita. All right, let's end our cycle. Now we got the fun part of dealing with crazy bounty hunter. All right, now we are starving, which is always fun. We got a 6th. Oh, here he is. Oh, jeez. Why does he look so beat up? You miss me. Ethan smiles with a ragged smile. I'm just going to walk away. Ethan follows along, and you notice he is limping. Come on, Sleeper. Just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. I'm going to say get lost. Guy tried to, like, almost ruin our life. Ethan's face drops, along with all pretense of friendliness. I think you'll want to hear this, Sleeper. I think, he says, rapidly shaking his head. You'll really want to hear this. I was going to say I doubt it. Ethan ignores you. This is big, really big stuff about you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how SNR canceled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? I want to say, seriously, Ethan? Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so what did you think that it was? So what did you think? That was it? Why? I'm also confused why this one job going south ruined his whole shtick, right? Like, this one dude ruined his life. It seems like he was already kind of in a bad shape. Let's see, I was just glad to be done with you. Oh, the feeling was mutual, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old Essenarp gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who was even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Say you're bluffing. Sure, you could think that. But then you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. And if you could think, which you won't which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'd be thinking, oh, I wish I had listened to Ethan. He grins. Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about when it went down. And it turns out SNL canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently he made a hit on the ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. Now that is very interesting, because I do believe that is the ship that we came in on. We didn't invest. That's like the only drive that kind of failed, was the one at the beginning with, I don't know. That's just the way we role played it, but I am pretty sure that that is the ship that they took out and that we barely survived on. It was smuggling sleepers out from under SNR's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Yeah, that's definitely the ship that we were on. And that kind of explains why... That kind of explains our origin story. Oh, excuse me. Oh, space yawning. Yeah, that does kind of explain how we got here. So we were kind of smuggled out and he blew them up and then we ended up here. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. I'm going to say, why are you telling me this? Because I'm your friend, Ethan says, looking you in the eye. And friends help each other out. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems you are in need of protection. I'm just going to say I'm not paying you for anything. Easy. I'll get to that. He looks down the corridor. I, meanwhile, am in need of some assistance in kind. Turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners. They said they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Well, could it be that you were a raging alcoholic who then pulled a gun on me and screamed and sat there for days and were a total degenerate? Maybe that's the problem, Ethan. They don't have that as a replying option. I wonder why. Seems that they are that kind of businessmen. He grimaces. I would pay them, but he shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. So I then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on that list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he says this. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us? He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor every cycle, working. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. think about that cold-eyed SNR shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Well, new drive. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. It would be good to see a little bit of proof of what he is saying. He did try to kill us. We almost tried to kill him. Although he did let our... He could have taken us in immediately. And he didn't. That's his only reprieve. And it's not really because out of the goodness of his heart. It's more because he was a degenerate. And his habits got the better of him. And time caught up. So it's an interesting dilemma we have here. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's first off go see if we can rescue our friend, who is so desperately stuck in this cycle. Oh, we need a 5 or a 3. Come on, man. Ay. All right, well, our friend's gonna have to wait one more cycle. Let's descend. Yadigan agent. Hardin agent. Also needs a 5. Oh man, are you serious? So we just need 2 5s? That's very interesting. Let's see. I think that's the only Hardin agent now. Gain Ethan's protection. Somehow you're once again helping Ethan. Yes, if we do this... Yeah, we did. Okay, so... Just need some 5s. All right, well, that puts us in a unique situation. We can't advance either of those. So... We... have some stuff to work with here. So let's see. The Yadigan stuff we could advance. This seems pretty good. Let's do this because we need energy anyways. Give me a 3. Well, 1 could be better. And then I know we said I kind of actually do want to explore the Greenway. I just don't know what that still thing is for. I'm guessing you obviously will get like some sort of drive completion so we can level ourselves up, which probably should be a bit more of our motivation for getting through these things, is just to get better rolls. All right, we can do this. Now I say that. This is probably pretty good. Oh, and it gave us energy. Sick. That was really good. You find your way onto a well-kept pathway between encampments where carefully planted grows provide fungus and vegetables. There's really no point in doing that. Do we do this? Sure. Ooh, man, not good. All right. So we need one more. We'll do this one next time. After an exhausting hike, you find a series of glass roof tunnels. Their entrance is overgrown, which provides shortcuts through the Greenway. All right, so we're almost through there. I think we're going to have to buy some food from Memphis. He is the only money for energy thing that I currently know about. 15 cryo is kind of a lot. I say that, but whatever. Very good. Fungus fan we're already done with, and we're gonna sleep Maywick. Oh man. Okay, this does seem now like... Okay. I am starting to see this feels like the end game. This does feel like... I wonder if this is the final cycle. Because if we leave the station... I'm assuming the game ends. If we disable our... We're pretty deep on disabling our tracker. Ethan feels like the game's given protection thing. Oh man, how interesting. Alright, sorry kitty cat, not today. We are going to... I wish I knew what we would get to. Alright, we're going to do the stabilizer, I guess. Yeah, let's just do this, because now that I see this, we need... I shouldn't have bought food. Oh, maybe I should. No. Okay, looks like we're okay. We need 5 dice. We can't be wasting 2 days at a time now. So let's end our cycle. Get back on the 5 dice train. We need to be hustling now. And stabilizer, I think, is a little bit cheaper. Alright, jeez, man. We are in a bit... So yeah, we're not going to do the side reel thing. I think we have better stuff to work towards. That seems like the easy way out. We're not going to do that. Alright, we got 2 5s. Let's do this Hardin agent stuff. Gosh, I feel like I got work to do. I feel like a pep in my step with this thing, man. Like we gotta freaking go. All right, let's do this. Let's hopefully if we can get our tracker disabled. This is just such a long drive to get this done. The worm makes a little nest among the agent's data. Enjoy your stay, little friend. Alright, that should be... Let's go to the tambour. Let's see what Feng has for us now. As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Feng arguing with Jenna. I'm just going to approach. You come up behind Feng and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again. You here to vouch for this layabout? I'm going to say I am. She laughs. Well, and what are you two up to? Feng winks at you and interjects. It's like I told you, Jenna. I'm helping them out, getting them settled, sorting their life out. They are a sleeper. You know what that means? Jenna softens. She looks a little embarrassed. Of course I know. She stops to think. Look, Feng, I get it. You are trying to help, but if you want to keep this job, you are going to need to be a bit more reliable. Yeah, he is not very reliable. Feng nods solemnly. It won't happen again, Jenna, I promise. She looks suspiciously between the two of you. Okay, then, she turns to you. And look, I didn't mean to. Just be cool, all right? She turns and walks back into the bar. Well, didn't know you'd stand up for me, sleeper. Feng claps you on the back. I appreciate the solidarity. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now let's take a look at what you are really here for. The slate is a warring mess of code streams coming direct from the whippoorworms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Feng scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Feng's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Feng shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway, Feng says. He's working with Conway. Let's say Conway. Conway Extractions. They are an automated extraction corporation, the biggest. They run drone mining, colony reclamation, massive salvage jobs. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail with him. He scrolls some more. Wait. What's this? A wasteland reclamation facility. Right here on the eye? He glances at you. What's the bet this place is tucked into the wastes? Now we know what the wastes are, so that's cool. Conway are set up here? I'm guessing so. Got themselves set up in the wastes. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. That spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way. Round the rim, past the greenway. He shows you on his slate. Feng looks away, thinking, Conway have been making moves on the system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago. Moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. Why work with Hardin? Access? Old connections? Not sure. Fang looks back at the screen. But if Hardin is involved, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. I'm going to say it's the Wild Goose Chase. Yeah, maybe it is. Fang slides the slate away. What have we got to lose? Fang looks up at you. Hardin was a Solheim executive. That's not just something you walk away from. People like that don't change. You don't make your money from exploiting the most vulnerable people in the system one day and then flip over to their side the next. I'm not about to drop this. He pinged these guys the moment he was found out, and they started prattling on about this Conway facility. The way I see it, Fang stares out into the middle distance, we have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Hardin has been prepping, been planning, has to be there. We're going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the Greenway. Jeez, that's a lot. I seem to remember there's some old service docks on the outer shell, up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Fang squeezed your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. Oh, here we go. I haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to you, showing a massive scrolling code. I've been working on a fix in my brakes. Okay, so maybe this is going to work out. Fang grins widely. Now I've got to go ask for some time off from Jenna. Wish me luck. He waves as he walks back to the bar, where Jenna is standing, a look of deep exhaustion in her eyes. All right. Well, we definitely have 5 or 6 cycles, and then we can get our thing. If we get that disabled, then we don't have to work with Ethan, which would be preferable. That would be preferable. So let me see what even his drive looks like. Work the front. So we just work off his debt with him. His debt with him. Yeah, I really could not care about that guy. Try to kill us. He was a dick. He's just trying to save his own butt. All right. Yes. So we are in Crack Conway. So what if we go over here? I'm guessing we see some sort of thing. Farm stacks. Four energy or 1 condition. Steal the harvest. That seems a little unethical, but also if you have a 6, that's a great way. Or even a 5, a great way to get energy. Work the stacks. This is just a way to work and get some food. You can buy some food. I wonder if this is how you get the Emphis, the Griol caps. Nope. It's just a way to eat food. Whatever. Yeah, I wish you would have told us that. Whatever. We're doing alright on cryo. Oh, God. Here's the way to get Griol caps. Oh, jeez. I do want to do this just because it's been like so long that we've had this thing. How many does he need? I think he needs 3. 2 grove spores. What are grove spores? Service dock. Oh, God. I'm getting overwhelmed already. All right. 6 cycles for Fang, so that's going to be a ways away. And the music really turns off when you come down here. Then when you scroll back, the music comes forward. Nope, never mind. The music's just fading out. All right. So, yes, we're all +1 here. We want instant karma. Obsessive Haggler seems pretty good too, but the instant karma one seems good if you have like terrible rolls. Especially if you can do it like on your 1s here, and we can do it like after we've used up some ones. That would be extremely sick. All right. We're gonna do a 1 and a pray. We're gonna do it again. There we go. Maybe not the best use of 2 dice, but whatever. This should give us maybe the Greenway gate now. The aviary. Sunlit Refuge. Sunlit Refuge. Once a corporate garden for impressing guests with gene-tweaked birds. Now this chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. That seems just like... I don't know if we're going to do that immediately. Maybe it wasn't the best use of our dice there, but you live and you learn. The commune doesn't seem to be great, although... It seems like Fang is going to be our main get out thing. So let's oh, I thought I had 2 5s. I have a 5 and a 6. Let's save our friend here. Or maybe I did have a 5 and I just did it with Fang. I'm like all over the place, man. All right. Keynode. We got a 5. Data extraction. This node is a part of Solheim's ship's internal systems, welded to the hub as a makeshift dwelling. Alright, and that should be the last thing we need to rescue our friendo, the Navigator. Was it this one? Yes. Very good. Alright. This branch has been unlocked. Alright, that should be all of them. And now we should be able to go to the mainframe. Oh my gosh. We got more cycles to do. Now here's a question, right? Catch a killer, or the killer is dead? This seems like we've been a good guy so far. This seems like the good guy one. It's like 1 cycle harder. You can do this one in 2. You can do this one in 3 if you have 6s. So we'll do that. It seems like that's the good guy thing to do. Not sure why. I don't really care, to be honest, about a rogue protocol, but we're role playing, right? We're the good guy. The good guy sleeper. Alright, so Maywick, we don't want to sunbathe. We are just going to sleep. We may need to do some stuff for cryo. Running a little low. I think we got another. Yeah, I may need some stuff here. Alright. Pretty decent. 3 5s, a 3. That's actually kind of exactly what we need. Well, I think actually now I say that. Well, we can do this. Let's, I think we can finish up the killer stuff. We have money for food if we need it. So. Yep, 100% positive because we've got it. And let's just clean her up. To catch a killer. So this will keep him looping endlessly. You bend one of the branches like a hazel twig, aligning the flow away from the mainframe and into another branch. We have caught a killer. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. The vast machine once ran the whole station, span it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people. Now, it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircled you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface like the cresting fin of a shark, and then slips into the loop again. All that you can see of Killer's body after that is slight thickening of the loop, and that a thickening begins to travel around a long and slow sojourn that will last it forever. I am surprised at you, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit, as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever? I'll say I pity them. All the more reason to end their suffering. Navigator looks at you inquisitively. This place was their domain and their prison, and they had followed the directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting until only those 3 threads remained. For millions that once thrummed here, only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. That's interesting. There is ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this. Those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Navigator looks to you for your thoughts. I'm going to say I will not continue the violence. The system you float on is one built of violence, and you would have been naive to believe otherwise. Navigator turns away. Seems like he's not too happy with our decision. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There's something satisfying about finally wrenching the last thread of control from this central point. It was a little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It's free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. That sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says the Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. Let's say what system is inside it. It may be totally dark, or perhaps there are some other old protocols, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. We have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher, they pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I'm not used to being free. To being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of the station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship. But I must admit, I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy. Free, without a body to weigh you down or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps you can wait until after you have celebrated this victory. Interesting. So what do we get out of that? Should we have done that, like... Interesting. So what do we do with this Greenway cipher? Is it like a get out of jail free card? Okay, now we got 2. I'm gonna do our reroll dice thing, and we want to probably get the Obsessive Haggler. Seems pretty good. This one I'm not crazy about. This one I'm not crazy about. This, and then maybe we'll do some +2s. All right, we are... Oh, and look, there's our little thing. Oh, and it looks like you can reroll just one of them. That is extremely useful. Extremely useful. What was the other one we got first? The double data nodes. Very interesting. That actually seems like the best one so far. And that's pretty much all we got going on up here. So let's... I do want to pop over into the Greenway real quick and see what we can use that cipher for, if there's anything for it yet. My guess is it's something we don't have yet. I don't see anything there. Nothing there. Nothing here. I was just waiting for Fang. Nothing there quite yet. So that's tracking Ashton. Gathering scrap. That's just, and then, yeah, our stuff out here. Okay. Interesting. So nothing, that just seems like a late game item, but we finished up that drive, which is nice. So that is one more thing done that we can, we actually finished up both of our kind of hacking things now, which is pretty interesting. So we have a 5 and a 16. Man, what do we do now? Those are some big drives we got finished up. All right, we can't do this. We can't do that. Still trying to find that. We could do this. Not going to do that yet. Not going to do that. We could do that. Grow mushrooms. Ah, okay. So maybe that's a way to make real money. It's like to grow mushrooms with grow spores, something like that. Seems like it. And work for, so yeah, let's see. I guess we can do distillery and maybe the Ashton one. We're okay on money for, oh, we do need food though. We could do food and money maybe. Let's do, so if, what's the one that we could do? So if we help out Rabia, yeah, yes, exactly what we were hoping for. That was a good use. And then let's go to the distillery. Let's see, I'm not really quite sure what this is gonna pay out, but why not? I'm already in it. Alright, and we got another random scrap, which is sick. Let's re-roll that into a 4. And we'll do that again. Nice. Alright, we're already halfway done. That is mucho bueno, as they say. Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. And that is all she wrote. All she wrote. So let's go ahead and rest for the day. Very good. Very, very good. This is, I'm so glad we got this thing, and now that I realize you can like subjectively roll them, oh my god. Incredibly powerful ability. Incredibly powerful. All right. That was another good one, y'all. We actually like cleaned up 2. We're like, maybe, I feel like we're at least midway end game. This is episode 6 or 7 here. So we're getting stuff done. We're gonna figure out what paths we go down. Probably have been playing far from perfect, but that's the enjoyment of playing it this way. So yeah, we're gonna call this episode here for now. Do a little bit more next time. As always, if you enjoyed today's content, commenting, liking, subscribing, interacting, sharing the video, etc. helps the algorithm a great deal, and I appreciate it as well. Till next time, it's been a little bit of Citizen Sleeper. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you then.